Watch this.
Candidate Joseph Biden today faces a controversy. 3 weeks ago at a debate at the Iowa State Fair, he used phrases identical to those delivered by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
Biden seemed to be claiming Kinnock's vision and life as his own.
Why is it that my wife is sitting out there in the audience, is the first in her family to ever go to college?
Why is Janice the first woman in her family in 1,000 generations to be able to get to university?
My ancestors who worked in the coal mines in northeast Pennsylvania don't come up after 12 hours and play football.
8 hours underground and then come up and play football.
It's because they didn't have a platform upon which to stand.
There was no platform upon which they could stand.
The notion that every thought or notion or idea you have to go back and find and attribute to someone, I think is, quite frankly, ludicrous.
The problem here is that Senator Biden told his audience he'd just been thinking about these things, and he failed to give any credit at all to his famous British speechwriter.
So this is the guy they want to run against Trump because Trump's such a big liar. He had to drop out the first time he ran because he got caught being a political plagiarist and lying about it. This is the guy. This is the establishment's big idea.
I was thinking on the way over here. Now that's a little too much because, as you point out, what's behind the words? What's there? And a lot of people who rap on Biden has always been that it's just a surface.
I should have said, to paraphrase Neil Kinnock, it's the only time I didn't, and all the times I've ever used it.
But CBS News found a tape of a second instance.
It reappeared in the New York Times with a new charge, that Biden had appropriated a famous litany from the late Robert Kennedy about what the gross national product cannot measure.
It cannot measure the health of our children,
The health of our children,
the quality of our education,
the quality of their education,
the joy of their play.
or the joy of their play.
Biden gave Kennedy no credit. He has also quoted or paraphrased John Kennedy, Hubert Humphrey, and British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock, all without credit.
Joseph Biden admitted today that he committed plagiarism when he was in law school. He said it was a mistake, but that it was unintentional.
This is the guy they're running against Trump because he's so corrupt.
What do you think he's going to steal from Boris Johnson before this is all over? I think he's going to...
Why aren't more people on both Medicare and Medicaid checking their zip code and eligibility for a Medicare?
Committed plagiarism in law school. He had to drop out of front running for president because he committed plagiarism. Oh, come on. He constantly lying. His own staff told him stop lying about your role in the civil rights movement. He wouldn't stop lying about it. He just lied that he got arrested with Nelson Mandela. Some bald-faced lie.
And stop saying that he's a good guy. That's not good guys don't do that, by the way.
Quoted 5 pages of someone else's work without proper citation.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
Boy, does he sound like his kid Hunter or what?
Yes.
That's exactly how Hunter lies through stuff.
Exactly. I was
That's
thinking
exactly
the same
he's saying. I've been through some stuff. I've been through a lot of stuff.
Well, at least he was telling the truth there. I've done some dumb things, and I'll do some dumb things again. Yep. We're watching this now in the future. You sure did, Joe. You sure did.
He was given an F.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been dumb.
To the political community in Washington, it all seems of a piece. Plagiarism at law school, plagiarism on the stump.
The great communicator. Strike that. The great imitator.
You don't steal verbatim, or when you do, as he did 99% of the time, you give credit.
Biden's critics say he sells himself as a man whose words and visions can inspire a new generation in politics. But if the thoughts, phrases, and visions really belong to others, it's a form of false advertising.
Is it a wise idea, though, to take something that personal, anyway, from another politician and try and appropriate it to your own campaign?
I think it was a stupid thing to appropriate material that was really very personal, that was someone else's.
Most people didn't know who he was. You know, Joe Biden, and now they're going to say, oh, yeah, he's the guy who plagiarized.
That's their
first. Politically, that's devastating. These clips are devastating. He looks like a Joe Biden wind-up doll with somebody else's words coming out.
If they're going to do things that are stupid as well as immoral, then they're probably too dumb to have the job of president.
The voters are going to have to decide whether he was dishonest or dumb.
Senator Joseph Biden may have more explaining to do.
The new questions stem from taped remarks of Biden during an April campaign appearance in New Hampshire.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and, in fact, ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class.
He's a pathological liar. This is the guy you're going to have go up against Trump because Trump is a pathological liar? Do you understand how empty and hollow the Democratic Party has been since Trump got elected? That they've been running against him because he's a liar and they're a bunch of fucking lying, corrupt murderers themselves? That's how you're going to oppose Trump? Because guess what? They passed his complete legislative agenda. They don't oppose Trump. They don't. The donor class is super happy with Trump. They're super happy with Bernie losing.
I just wonder if his stories will keep getting more and more ridiculous as the campaign trail goes on. Like, he's gonna be like, look, I was the guy. I was the guy who told Pontius Pilate, this Jesus of Nazareth is the good dude. You gotta let him go. Then I was the guy who moved that stone a couple days later. I was there. I was the guy. I'm the guy who had the Salk vaccine distributed. I'm that guy.
Wait, there's more.
That he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
All right.
Okay,
let me get a running start on that because that's pretty awesome.
Concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University.
Breaking news, Joe Biden actually didn't go to college. We have not tracked down his high school diploma. More at 11.
The guy's a pathological liar. This is the decent guy that you're going to run against Donald Trump because Donald Trump's too big of a liar.
Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
And I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
Joe Biden is victimized by the truth.
Bye, Biden. He may not know it yet, but I think this is going to be very difficult for him to recover it.
Is Joe Biden dead meat, yes or no?
I think so.
Bob?
It's in terminal condition.
Terminal. Eleanor?
Yes, unless he comes in third in Iowa.
More time.
Dying.
I say dead.
So that's the guy.